Good day, my mighty baboon. We are back in our Grimdark walkthrough, and today we have a very simple objective, and that's going to explore the entirety of the Royal Hive. In this dungeon, we are mainly going to find Dermapterans, and at the end of this dungeon, we will find the Royal Queen, and killing her will let us finish the Culling in the Swarm quest. So let's go. There are several floors in this dungeon. We start in the Royal Hive, but directly what we are going to do is going into the Swarming Hatchery. So we first go into the Swarming Hatchery because there is going to be one Exalted Stash in the Royal Hive, and it can spawn at different places, and one of the spawn location is in the Swarming Hatchery. Other than that, there is no reason to come here. There is always one boss here on our left, but there is nothing special about him. So if I remember correctly, the Exalted Stash potential location is going to be at the east. It's probably going to be around here. And here it is, we are lucky. It was in the Swarming Hatchery. So let's open it. And we get the Fiendbinder's Hood. I don't think that's going to be an interesting object for us. Yeah, chaos damage and a few resistances. I'm not going to use that. And now that we have found the Exalted Stash, we just have to go back to the previous floor. So just a few words on how it's going to work here. To be able to access the Queen's Lair, we will need to kill 2 heroes, and these 2 heroes are going to be on the Royal Hive floor. So we are going to look for them here. However, before we do that, there is another floor that we need to explore, because there is going to be a shrine to find. The entrance to this other floor is going to be just here, and this will bring us to the Skittering Den. There is absolutely nothing to do here. The only reason we come here is that there is a secret passage that can bring us to the floor that contains the shrine. I call that a secret passage because it's not on the map, but as you can see here, there is a breakable wall, and it's fairly easy to see. And this will bring us to the Den of the Lost, and here we are going to find the shrine and also a boss. Okay, Vengeful is not too dangerous. Enemies are going to retaliate, but they are going to be easier to kill. All in all, I think it's good for us. So let's run north. The shrine is going to be just up there. It's better to have some acid resistance here. It's similar to the previous shrine in the mountain deeps. There are going to be a lot of insects that when you kill them are going to leave a shroud of acid on the ground. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place a Ravenous Hearth, and then I'm going to run south just so that I don't stay in the acid. Nice, we get 2 epics, 3 epics. The Anchorage's Headguard is actually good. You can see 36% chaos resistance is really nice. We already got the Insignia of Justice before. It's a dupe, and that's not a good one for us. Same with Will of Fate, we absolutely don't care about it. This Greaves does not have a lot of armor. We don't care about the Battle Axe. This harness is not bad. I don't like these handguards.
I can't carry any.
Oh, and we don't have space anymore, so let's go back to Devil's Crossing, our homestead, and let's sell all of our stuff. Oh, and while we are here, let's also spend our devotion point. We started to unlock the Wendigo constellation last time, so let's continue. It's really a good constellation for us. I really can't wait to unlock the skill, the Wendigo's Mark. We already got 40% of vitality damage from that, and this time we get some spirit and some health. I know it doesn't seem too good, but it's actually going to help us because we always need more health, and we are going to need more energy. This build I think is going to struggle with the energy management, so getting 20 spirits is going to help. I don't think we want to keep anything in all of these items. Nah, that's not good. I don't want to keep any of these Vile Scorn items. This horn, nope. Nope. Let's sell all the one-handed weapon. What about this harness? I'm going to keep it, maybe we will use it later. And I think I'm going to equip this helm. I don't like the fact that we are going to lose ether resistance, but the 36% chaos resistance is just too good. The Bloodhound Greaves are not good, and that's it. Let's put back all the components.
Goodbye for now.
Oh no, we already put back the plate. Let's put back the Mark of Druid into the offhand. And we also want to use the ectoplasm into the helm for energy management. I just noticed that we also have some rings and amulets that we don't want to use anyway, so we might as well set them. I think I'm going to equip this charm. We need the ether resistance. You know what? We are going to equip it later. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to equip it when we will go to the conflagration and the amalgamation. We will only need the ether resistance then. Alright, let's go back to the hive. And let's grab the remaining items on the ground. And now, on the right, just after the bridge, we are going to meet a unique boss, Golus the Deep Dweller. If you have a close look, you know what reference it is to, right? Of course, it's a reference to Gollum from the Lord of the Ring, and we might have some difficulty to kill him because he's going to have a lot of vitality resistance, but we should be alright. If I remember correctly, he's going to deal a mix of acid and pierce damage, and he drops his ring. My precious. So contrary to the movie, this ring is nothing to be excited about. And just north we have a Supreme chest, and let's see what we got. We got the Warmonger Spolders and a few greens. The Warmonger Spolder is a good item, we might equip it later. So now that we have beaten Golus, we could go east, but there is nothing else to see here. So we are just going to turn around and go back to the skittering den. And in the skittering den we have nothing else to do. So what we are going to do is just make our way back to the Royal Hive. Alright, so now we need to get access to the Queen's Lair. And to do that, as I said earlier, we need to kill the two Grand Vizier. So let's look for them. They are going to be on this floor. Where are they? They are usually easy to find. Oh, here we find the first one. Grand Vizier in Exile. As we can see, he's going to deal fire damage, and really we were only looking for him for his pheromone gland. So let's pick that up, and now let's look for the other one. He should not be too far away.
That skill's not ready.
Oh, while we are here, I completely forgot that we leveled up. And cool, we are going to unlock a new tier of competence. We are going to put 1 point into Haven. And then next time we level up, we are also going to put 1 point into Ascension. Haven is not very good for us. It's going to give us a little bit of health, but it's mainly good for shield users, and we're not going to use a shield in this playthrough. However, of course, if you have a shield build, you should sink points into this skill. Where are you, Lusakal? I'm coming for you. Here he is. You can just see by the color that this guy is going to do acid damage. But anyway, he's a pushover. And now that we have the 2 pheromone glands, we are going to be able to open the Queen's Lair door. So the gate is going to be east. We need to go back around where Inixil was. And it's going to be just here. So if you don't have the 2 glands, you are not going to be able to open it. And now in the Queen's Lair, this area is going to be fairly small. And the other thing we are going to find here is a bunch of Damnapterans and the Queen. We are first going to clear the Damnapterans. Here on the right, it's the exit. We don't want to take that now. It's just going to bring us back to the beginning of the Royal Hive. And for now, let's just clear everything. The Queen is going to be just north. I don't want to aggro her just yet. And now that we have cleared everybody, let's go. The Swarm Queen Ravna. In her first phase, she cannot move, she kind of stuck here, and in both phases of the battle, she's going to mainly deal physical and acid damage, and depending on your build and your gear, she can deal a fair bit of damage, so do be careful about her. If you play in hardcore, you will want to have a bit of acid resistances before you go fight her, and in our case we are fine because we have the Swamp Dwellers lead guards, that have a lot of acid resistance. As you can see in her second form, she can now move, and she's already dead. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything, but that's okay. If you haven't found the Exalted Stash yet, it can be here in this little alcove. However, we already found it before, so now we just have to exit. As I said earlier, you can just use this exit here, and it's going to bring us back at the beginning of the hive. So let's go out, and what we are going to do is we are going to first go back to Homestead to get the reward to the quest. How are you doing, Douglas? Have you dealt with the Damnapteran Queen? The Damnapteran cycle is disrupted. That is the best news I've heard for weeks. I will have to speak to Captain Sommer about getting a proper kitchen set up. Your continuous support is ensuring that the homestead will produce enough food for all. You have done much to help us get our fields back in order, but I can't spare anything until my people have had more time to grow a fresh crop. If you continue to help us out, then that will free up the hands I need to tend to the harvest. Alright, so we get yet another inventory bag. It's always nice. And we also get some reputation. As always, as we're in town, let's just sell our inventory.
Come see what's left of my wares.
So let's see. That's no good. We don't care about shields. Less armor, no resistance. That's no good. It's less good than what we have. Nope, not enough resistances. Oh, and before when we got the Warmonged Spolders, I completely forgot that we already had that equipped, so it's just a dupe. Oh well, that's okay. So now what we are going to do, because the Ethereal Amalgamation is not too far away, we are going to finish this area and the quest, the Ethereal Farm. So let's go back to the Rotting Croplands. I'm going to go back where we were at, around the Royal Hive. And now we just need to continue northeast, and we are going to enter a new area called the Gruesome Harvest, and here we are not going to find Damnapterans anymore, we are only going to find Ethereals. So be sure you have some Ether resistances. I only have 34%. That's on the lower end of what I would find acceptable, but we should be able to survive. For this area and one area we are going to do later, the Conflagration, if you are playing hardcore, I would recommend that you have at least 50% Ether resistance, just to be safe. There are going to be a lot of Ethereal along the way, but we just need to go northeast to find the Amalgamation. No, that's the wrong way. Let's turn back. As always, do not stay on these green patches on the ground. Here at that point we are going to rush north. And the Amalgamation is going to be just behind this fence. So what we are going to first do is clear all the mobs here. Let's also clear the crystals, so that they don't bother us when we fight the boss. Okay, and now as soon as we're going to walk north, the Amalgamation will come to us. Here it is. It has a few attacks that are very impressive, but don't be afraid of them. In particular, it has this attack here, where there are a lot of ether geysers that pop up from the ground, but don't worry too much about that, they usually don't do too much damage. And we already got it. So we get this note, let's take it. Elixir of the Ether is going to boost ether damage. Obviously we don't care too much about that. And then Marauder's Fury, it's a set that we absolutely do not care about. Can be good if you play a Demolitionist. Now if we go up north in the barn, there is usually nothing of interest, just two common chests. And with that, we have finished the Ethereal Farm quest. The only thing that remains to do is to go back to Homestead to get our reward. So let's go talk to Captain Sommer.
There was much commotion reported in the area around the Gruesome Harvest. I trust you have good news? I see your reputation is well earned.
We get some Homestead and Black Legion reputation. Always good.
With the ethereal threat crippled, we can now turn our attention to the Cult of Chthon. My scouts have reported back from the lands to the north. The situation is far worse than I ever imagined. The Cult of Chthon is on our doorstep and in great numbers. Worse still, They've been capturing farmers, travelers, even my own soldiers, and using them for their blood rituals. We cannot risk the cult bolstering their forces with chthonic beings. I need you to venture out beyond Sorrow's Bastion to the north and search their camps. Rescue any survivors before the cultists can use them as sacrifices.
I will rescue the prisoners. So we unlock a new quest, the Blood Harvest, and at the same time you might have noticed that there are 2 new guys in town, so let's talk to Urgrim to learn more about them.
The others may disagree with me on this, but there's something I need you to do. There are 2 other groups of survivors in the region that we are aware of, but Somer and Creed do not consider them to be of strategic value. Frankly, I disagree. They may consist largely of fanatics, but fanatics aimed in the right direction can be a powerful force. I've asked representatives from both the Order of Death's Vigil and Cairn's Chosen to visit here and speak to us. There is some obvious animosity between the 2, but perhaps we can leverage that against them. I would like you to be our representative. Speak to both of them. Learn all that you can and decide which of the 2 groups would prove to be of superior strategic value. I just don't see them working together, I'm afraid.
So now we have a new quest where we need to choose between 2 factions, the Cairn's Chosen and the Order of the Death's Vigil. So as you can see here, because we are a necromancer, Brother Molter does not really like us. Do not presume to be ignorant of who you are, a necromancer. The likes of you are an affront to nature, an abomination that twists the divine threads of life to your will as if they were playthings. So I think there might be a way if we talk to him again. No, I don't know. I thought there was a way that we can still join even if we are necromancer.
The Order of Death's Vigil.
So do not worry too much about your choice. These factions do have separate quest lines, and they do also have different equipments. But in most of the case, you will not have a build that is dependent on something you only find in one of the faction. So here I'm burning through the dialogues. I'm trying to find out. I thought there was a way so that I can still join Cairn's Chosen, but it seems not. That's okay. Another thing is that if you feel that you picked the wrong choice, you will be able to switch faction if you want in Elite or Ultimate. Although it's not recommended because you will lose a reputation with that faction if you do so. Alright, so I have no choice but to pick the Order of the Death's Vigil. Splendid. I shall make the arrangements immediately. In the meantime, I would ask that you seek our sanctum to the north. We have claimed a small crypt hidden in the mountains, just west of Sorrow's Bastion. So we unlocked the first quest of this faction, and that's a fairly simple one that's going to be finding the sanctum. Whoa, what's going on here? We also have unlocked a few more quests. I hear you're going to attack the cultist camps. Ballsy move. But after what you did to the Ethereal Abomination, I suppose you are capable of anything. Since you're already planning to stick your neck for us, I was wondering if you could do the Legend a small service. At Captain Sommer's command, I've been sending out scouting parties to the north in order to study the cultist operation there. When a soldier falls in battle and we can't recover the body, we make sure to at least bring back their insignia, so that they can receive a humble send-off to whatever hell awaits us all. My scouts deserve more, but right now I can't even give them that. We've lost too many men out there as it is. I can't spare anyone else to recover these insignias. Will you pay my men this last respect? Sure man, we're going to do that later. Let's go over here to talk to these people. Excuse me, citizen, but I was wondering if you could help me out with something. Homestead is running low on building supplies. We've already salvaged the barn roof to reinforce the walls, but there is only so much we can do with sheets of metal. One of the buildings here would be a perfect place to let our men catch some sleep, but it's completely run down. We are going to need lumber, and I know just the place to get it. I've insisted to the captain that our men need a place to rest properly, but he feels that the casualties would be too great to risk retaking the mill. You are not under our command. You can do as you choose. Please head out to the Brood Grove to the north and secure Griver's Mill. After your heroics at the Gruesome Harvest, a few Knownic runs will be a cakewalk. Alright, and with that my friend, that's going to be it for today. Although they both mentioned the Brood Grove, that's not what we're going to do in the next episode. In the next episode, we are going to clear the conflagration and finish the Lost Armaments quest. I hope that you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and add a like, and see ya!